if you're looking for a 50mm lens that's light, compact, but still packs a punch, the Canon 50mm 1.4 VCM is what you're looking for. This lens delivers image quality that is unmatched by any of the 50mm in my opinion. Now, is it better than the 1.2? Well, you can be the judge of that, but for about $1,500 less, I think it's a clear winner. So I had the opportunity to do a shoot at honestly such a beautiful location a few weeks ago, and the 50mm 1.4 was all I used. Now, a few things that I did do kind of on purpose. Now, it's been a long time since I've really shot with a 50mm prime. I'm normally a 24-70 or 70-200 kind of person, but this I wanted to add to my kit just for situations in low light, whether it be receptions, whether it be just events, that sort of thing, even like shoots at night. I just wanted to have something in my bag with something better than a 2.8, honestly, and just to add some versatility to my camera bag. So anyway, all the images were shot at 1.4. I did that on purpose because I really want to kind of just get used to the lens, get used to the 50mm. I think the bokeh is amazing. I think the image quality and sharpness is amazing. Now there are certain things that I do feel like I maybe should have stopped up for. Maybe like just full body type things, I probably should have stopped up to 1.8 or 2. I think it would have made them a little better. But I will say, for the all-around $1,500 that this lens cost, this was a great addition to my bag. Alright, so the second thing I want to talk about is its size. It's so small, and I think the whole point of the VCM line from Canon was to make small camera lenses that are similar in size and weight. That way, if you're doing videography, you don't have to rebalance your gimbal, which is a big plus in my opinion. I do on occasion do some videography. I actually have 2 wedding videography gigs this year, so I'm looking forward to that. And you know, this will be used for those low light reception type things on the gimbal because it's light, it's beautiful, and it's just gonna work well. So I think Canon really did kind of hit a home run of the size of this thing and what they packed in. There are 20, a 24, a 35, the 50, and the 85, and I think that lineup is just a solid lineup. Now, that was point number 2. Point number 3, I enjoyed just the overall image quality of this lens. I thought it was just really nice, clean, and crisp. I thought the images were great. I thought that it was just easy to use. Like, I just didn't feel like it was a fuss, and I think it kind of pulled me out of a creative rut, if that makes sense, because the lens was so easy to use and so easy to just kind of like, you know, pick and find a shot that I liked, and then I could kind of move around. It made me look for different angles. I think sometimes using the 24-70 I get a little lazy because I can shoot wide, I can zoom in, I can, you know, just kind of get different shots, but I'm standing in the same spot, whereas this kind of helps me move around, look a little better, find different angles and things like that, which is always a plus. I think this lens definitely kind of brings me into a different creative space, which I think is important for gear. I don't think we should hoard gear, but I do think gear does a great job of pulling things out of us that wouldn't normally be there. So anyway, I really have no cons for this lens. This weekend I do plan on using it in the studio some, just to kind of get a little, you know, just a little bit more familiar with it, but also just to stop it down and see really like how crisp it is. In the studio, I typically shoot like f8 because, you know, I want everything in focus, I want everything to look nice, I just want the skin and everything to just really like pop. So anyway, that's the goal. But this lens is definitely great. I should have bought this lens sooner. Future, I do think, like I said, there is other lenses in the lineup. Now, for me and my workflow, like I said, I'm a 24-70, I'm a 70-200 guy, so I have the 50. I really think for weddings and other like portrait style sessions, I think a 24-70 and an 85 would pair really well, especially in like ceremony type situations. I think having a 24-70 to get those wide shots and some zoom shots, and then like an 85 on a B camera to get certain shots at 1.4, adding that bokeh would just be phenomenal. So I do think, you know, maybe towards the end of the year, the 85, 85 is definitely an option. I don't feel the need to do a 24 or a 20. That's just personal preference. I think for the sake of it, you know, like I said, I have a 24-70. That works. That gets the job done. Not really a big fan of the 35, but I can see how a 35 would also fit into the kit. But that would be more of a videography type lens situation. Probably not really like a portrait situation, but I say that I might get one and then be like, man, this thing's amazing. I'm stupid and I should have, you know, bought one of them sooner as well. So anyway, we'll see. There is something special about these lenses. I watched a TK North video and he's selling his, you know, big bulky 50mm 1.2, and he got one of these, and I think he is right on. So anyway, that's just my thoughts on this lens. Should you buy one? If you don't have a 50mm prime in your bag, yes, I think you should buy one. If you have the RF Nifty 50, it's up to you. My Nifty 50 was the EF version from almost, I don't know, 10 years ago at this point. Yeah, 10 years ago at this point. So I do think this was an insane bump in quality for me. So that's it. That's the video. Canon 50mm 1.4 VCM. I definitely think it is worth the buy. Till the next one, see ya.